We good? Check, 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 check.
That's your internet this bad this time. It's moving from this part of Houston to your part.
Yeah, that's a fact, though. I just saw it. I just saw it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So she dresses a particular way, got the hair and makeup and all that. When he meets her, when he sees her out, let's say at the club or a lounge or a day party or brunch, he approaches when she in that state. He feeling her, right? They get to a realm of some Huggy Bear shit, and now he asks her to change all that. Does that make him hypocritical, or is it set in setting, meaning they get to a point where he can offer structure and standards based on her now agreeing to be under his covering, and therefore he gives her a new set of, let's use a term that might be a little bit inflammatory, rules.
I don't think it's hypocritical. I think she looked like a single woman when she was a single woman. Now that she taken, she need to look like a taken woman.
I don't like that at all. I think if you meet her looking like that, or you meet him looking like that, you get what you pay for. Period.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, what would be the rebuttal, or what would be the reason you don't comply? Like, why? Is it that bad? Like, to Terrell's part, to her point, I believe it's okay to look taken. There's a difference.
You can still look taken and be the same way you walked in the door, the same way you walked in.
I'm just saying there's a difference between like being out and being single and then being out and being covered. To me, there's a difference. I see women act differently. And
so say we went out, right?
Right?
We got our black dresses on, we got our boobs out, your hair is done, you got your red lips on.
Right.
You catch it left to right.
Right.
You catch, the fish catches you.
Right.
Is he gonna let you go back out with the boobs and the red lipstick? No,
because you came out looking available. So when you're taken, he don't want you to look available anymore. Like,
now you put a cute dress on, but we might cover this up, and maybe the lips go from being red to like a nice little brown gloss. I don't think that's asking too much. But I don't want to see a married woman outside with her ass out. I don't want to see that.
I mean,
unless she Keisha K or okay.
I mean, I wouldn't change it. I mean, I wouldn't change for what I am.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't change from what I am. You met me like this, so therefore you like me like this. So therefore, I'm going to continue to do the thing that you liked me for.
Do that in the house. Like, you can't put on some heels and a cute little
I
outfit.
can do it in the house and I can do it outside.
But what is the message? But what message? What message? If we are saying that men are very visual, that they are attracted to certain things. If you're with somebody and you care about them and they say like, yo, I don't, when you go outside the house like that, it makes me nervous. Men are not going to say that. They're just going to say, I don't like it.
Right.
If you are trying to keep peace in the house, I don't see the issue with putting on a black dress that instead of it being a V cut, it's just a nice little crew cut.
See, that's when you make sure that you have your man is comfortable with what you are and how you are.
I agree.
The minute he said, well, I don't like the way you dress anymore, I'm going to say, why don't you like the way I dress? That was the way you met me. That's the way I'm comfortable. Why would you be uncomfortable? And when you have me, you shouldn't be uncomfortable now that you have me. We're here. This is our relationship. This is what we're
I'm with
doing.
you.
If you went out as a single girl and you were just either going out and you were hunting, why do you still want to look like prey?
You know what? May I make a comment? Because I here is the reason why I feel this way. Because if that's the kind of woman that you wanted, that's the kind of place you should have gone to meet her. You don't go someplace. If you want steak, you go to a steak place. If you want just hamburger, you know what I mean? If you want top quality steak, then you're going to go to Ruth Chris and above. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go where it is that you're looking. So if you go to a club and you meet a chick and this is how she's dressed, that's her. Just like if you meet a dude and his pants is sagging, that's him.
But let me ask y'all a question. I went to, Tiff, let me just add this in, right? Because I think y'all, well, I don't want to assume.
Go ahead.
I went to Steak 48. Y'all know Steak 48? Okay. So Steak 48 is a top steak place. You know Ruth Chris?
Yes.
I'm here in Alabama. There may be a Steak 48 here. I've never been.
Del Frisco's, Double Eagle Steakhouse, STK. It's top, but it's top up there. You know how they look like in there? Like it looked like in the club.
I've been to Ruth Chris.
That's how they dress. Like it looked like in the club. So where are you going where you think that the women don't have their makeup on, nails done, lash, like where are the pickings at?
Right.
It's slim pickings.
I think if a man wants a woman and a woman wants a man to look a certain way, then they need to realize that the way you met that person, they weren't looking for you, you weren't looking for them, you both were going down a grocery aisle opposite directions, but you met them the way that you met them.
Right.
How are you going to, at the same time, take that energy and attempt to change this person? It's better for you to find the type of person that you want to be with.
But
and know that, find that person. Oh, I like the way he's dressed. I like the way he looks. If he approaches me, I'm going to say hi. Or I like her. Look what I like how she looks. That's how you met her.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Even in that though, if you are with a person, at some point, are you saying that your partner can never provide edification? Because he may have met you looking a particular way, and you may have believed that this is how you have to dress to be seen in earth, versus him saying like, you don't need all that makeup. I think you're beautiful. I see the weave, but you don't need that. Because oftentimes I don't think it's they can see the natural beauty. That's how I processed it.
And I think that's with growth in a relationship. And but I mean, those two that we're talking about are hugged up real close in my impression. They're real close to each other. You know what I mean? Like you can go on either side of that line. I am really honing in on meeting somebody at a specific place and meeting them and seeing how they're dressed, dating them all that time, and they still looking the same. But then all of a sudden you get married. Now you want her to put on a big old frock, put a shemata on her head, look crazy. That is going to cause friction. And the irony is that people always want the lesser or the weaker, quote unquote, vessel to be the one to take down. Why don't we just admit, this is what I like from Jump Street. This is what I like from Jump Street, and go for it. Because if you're rocking some wisdom, then you're already going to know what a type of person that you're looking for might be located.
I hear you. And maybe we need to stick to Target and not the club, because I think a lot of times when you go out dressed a different type of way. We don't go dressed to Target. Well, campusing that people do at Del Frisco's. Hey, I'm older, don't get it. But if we're saying even in like a grocery store setting, if you see this girl is beat to the gods at 2:00 on a Friday, chances are this is who she is.
But guys, ladies, here's the issue, right? Are people going? So what happens is people ain't going to the restaurant with their face beat up or whatever y'all say. I don't know how y'all say it. Beat to
the gods. Not
right.
Like
and
so, last time.
So when you go on a date with Shorty, guess what she gonna be? Beat up in the face.
Right.
So you still got the same conundrum.
Don't say it like that. Say makeup.
I mean, what did you say?
Right.
Her makeup, your face is
that's what Tiff just said.
Beat up in the face. Beat up in the face is that picture.
I just said with his nose, you were beat up in the face.
Don't know though.
To the gods is makeup.
He said what he thought. He really thought that.
Like
you see that picture with his nose?
It's your face is beat. The makeup is beat.
Right.
Yeah,
like for example, this is the way I look every day. This is the way I look. A little lipstick, eyelashes, that's it. Fingernails. I'm not changing this for any man.
This is me.
Right,
unless of course I take this down to a Caesar and make it belong again.
Take this walk with me. Here's what I'm addressing. We're saying meet her at a place where she wouldn't be dressed up. It's less likely she's gonna be scantily clad if she just ran out to the grocery store. But when you take her on a date, you're gonna see her. That's what's gonna happen. What do you do then in an instance? What we're saying is that the majority of women outside in the earth right now, dressing like this, wearing makeup, etc. How I know anecdotally is because I DJ. I would argue I've been in more clubs than all of y'all combined. Right? I've done a lot of weddings, a couple funerals, shit like that. Right?
You
And then
did
just
funerals?
yeah, you know niggas be wilding. Nigga be standing up at his own funeral, dead as a doorknob. But so you know, just all of that combined, like we see it, right? And you know, so it's just like when you finally get to know her and you take a vested interest,
Right.
why can't I apply some expectation and standard to her? And why can't I offer a level of correction once I build rapport? Like for instance, Sherelle be going off on niggas when it be her versus 10 niggas and etc. But when I speak, she can hear me because we have rapport, we have love. That's my man's, right? So I can offer a level of correction now that we got love for each other. So if I see a woman, she attractive, I see wild potential, I get her under my cover, and now we kissing on the lips. Why can't I say, hey, shorty, you know that pencil dress really ain't all that. I'll love you regardless.
Why not just buy her what you like her to wear?
Same difference though, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because you can purchase what you'd like her to wear,
Right.
and or you can take her shopping and let her try it on, and you can mentally train her the way you need her to be, as opposed to starting a ruckus and an argument and telling her what she got on, you don't like it, and all that other stuff. Take her shopping.
Well, hold
and
on,
tell
Doc.
her I like you in that.
Hold on,
that
Doc.
looks
Hold
nice.
on, Doc. Hold on, Doc. You missed how I presented it though, right? What did I say? What did I say? I said, you know that pencil dress ain't all that. I love you regardless.
Right. But
hold on, but that presentation isn't. I'm not disrupting her. I'm not doing too much with her psyche, with her soul. Because what I say, I love you. Well, no, because I talked, Doc. I probably talked to more women than you too. Doc said, "Hold your horse. We ain't gonna go there, Doc. We ain't gonna go there."
Could that be a pickup line though? Could you walk up to a woman and be like, "Why you got that shit on?"
Yes.
Like you would look down, put it off, and we could go shopping in the morning.
Yo, bro.
Whoa. You look real good with that on.
I gotta check on. I gotta check on my man Chi-Town too, because Chi give you some shoes in a minute. But yeah, like that, all that type of shit work. Like when I first see my wife, I said, "Hey, I see you with your little pot belly and all that." You know what I'm saying? But she had the little, you know, like you can say it when a woman not actually, but you know they've been drinking a lot, shit like that.
Oh Lord, I can see the little fupa. Don't hide that fupa from me, baby.
No, and then you walk up, you're like, whoo, you know what I mean? Like just but you know, all jokes aside, we're just saying, right? But y'all understand the premise that I was going down, right? Oh yeah, sis, her shoes was crazy. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. The bubble gum soles was not bubble gumming on them Jordan 11s, baby. That shit almost
she
got
should
me
have kneeled down and be like, "Are you looking for your mommy, little boy?"
I'm taller than you, my nigga.
Sherelle, she was trying to say, which direction are you looking? Your eyes are crossed.
Tiff, I tower over you. Hush.
Oh Lord, that was funny.
I'm really taller than you. Stop.
You're not taller than all right, let's not derail. All right, cross-eyed ass. So all I'm saying is once you build that rapport, isn't that when you offer correction? That's all I'm saying. That was the premise that I was painting. Which I think. Like we gotta get Lex in. We gotta get Lex in.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Lex.
I don't think so.
Howdy, y'all.
I don't think
so good.
Hey, Lex.
So and this conversation is kind of, I don't want to say weird, but I get what you're saying on the fact, like, if you met her that way, then why you trying to change her? I can get that, but also I can get the point as far as like, hey, like, yeah, I met you that way. Maybe I liked it then. Now I don't like it. Like, I used to like some things when I was a certain age. Now I don't like those same things. And I don't think that's unusual. And I don't think we should make a man, especially if we love him and we're spending all this time with him, feel bad because of that. Like, or that he's trying to change me or control me. And that's what I was thinking about. And I was kind of surprised nobody said it, but him, when you had made the comment about, taking you shopping, it's like, I'm surprised nobody said, "Oh, you trying to control her? Like you trying to buy her clothes?" Like I was surprised nobody said that.
Yeah, Rel said
Him
take
can
a
walk
shopping.
on water, girl. Him
Oh,
can
my
walk on water.
No. Sherelle said take a shopping, not me.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
But no, I'm surprised nobody pushed back on that. To be honest,
That's because he buying me something.
I don't doubt he buying you what.
God,
Hey, look.
I
You
told
won't
y'all,
get
if you
us
ever-
beat
Now
up.
look. Now
Well,
look.
hey, we don't want
Now
no
look. Now
Turn it
look.
around,
We
let me
didn't
see
get that
something.
again. Now
Turn it
look.
around, let me see something.
no.
I'm talking lights,
Yo,
camera, action.
Exhibit A.
No, I told y'all.
The point was
and the
pick out
black
what
women
you
to
like
smile,
and show
just give
me.
them $100.
No,
every
the point
time.
was show me what you
Listen,
like in action, because that's the only thing I respond to. Thank you.
that's
That
it.
was the point, guys.
Lights, camera,
Right.
action. That's
Okay.
it.
Hey, but you know what? I wanted to say, because I was thinking about like what y'all said about where you meet her at. So the father of my children, I met him when I was working at this other place I worked at for years, and I didn't dress like, because we had to dress business casual. So I bought a lot of clothing that looked good, but I couldn't be all out there like that because it's work. But I remember, and that's why I was like, because I remember Hint said what the topic was kind of going to be about, but I rapped at the time. And around where I live, a lot of people always wanted me to, if they had a mixtape or they wanted me to sing or do whatever. And so one of the guys that I went to school with, that I rapped with, every now and then, he gave me the name. Everybody was calling me Lex Bubble, and he just started calling me Bubble. And so for years, people were just calling me Bubble. And even at my job, people were calling me Bubble. And so the guy that I'm dating, who is the father of my children, he was like, he even called me Bubble before. And so then, like, one day we were just standing outside, and these guys walked past, and they was like, "Oh, what's up, Bubble?" And he turned to me. He was like, "I don't like them calling you that." I was like, "Hold on, them?" And he was like, "Nah, I don't like no man calling you Bubble." I was like, "Damn." I'd lied, him. I'd lie, but I was kind of like, and even in that moment, like, how I'm gonna tell everybody that's been calling me Bubble for years not to call me Bubble, like how I'm gonna do that? But to some extent, because I was with this man, and because obviously it made him feel some type of way now that we were together. Because girls called me Bubble too. There was girls calling me Bubble. Everybody called me Bubble, and I was like, man, if just to be clean across the board, I was like, anybody that called me Bubble, I was just like, hey man, look, stop calling me that. Stop calling me that. Hey, call me Lex. Call me something else. Call me Lexus Coop. I don't know, because my name Alexis, I done got every single forget y'all. I got every single Lex nickname ever. And it was just like, but I did it. I told every person that called me Bubble, hey man, stop calling me that. Stop calling me that.
So why wouldn't you tell him to? Why wouldn't you tell him that everybody already called me Bubble, and then that was unacceptable for them to stop calling me Bubble? Why would you correct all those people instead of correcting him?
And are you guys still together now?
No, we're not together now. But I did tell him that. I was like, yo, you called me, but like I laughed it off. I was like, yo, you called me Bubble, before we started dating. And he was like, yeah, but I don't like, no man calling my girl Bubble now. And I was like, all right. It wasn't worth the fight. It wasn't worth the fight. It wasn't worth, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some things you just got to choose your battles. And I didn't feel like he was trying to control me, even though in that same sentence, as far as like, oh, everybody called me that. Oh, it wasn't worth the fight. Like, it's a name. It's a piece of clothing. You can change the clothing, like Tiff said, so they're wearing the V cut. You can, I mean, it's, especially if you love this person and you trying to build with this person, like, why wouldn't you?
Tiff, is there anything your husband ever asked you to change after y'all got married?
No. But I've always been different. So like I'll grow my hair out, I'll shave it, and maybe blonde and maybe purple. He's gotten really used to just things changing. But
what about you, HQ?
No.
Callie?
Yeah. Um, I used to wear like a whole lot of backless shirts, right? So, hey y'all, hey everybody.
Hey, Callie.
Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Good to see you too, Miss Lockhart. It was like, I like to wear backless shirts. So if it was up to me, I'd wear backless shirts all the time. Now I only have a handful. So just little tweaks here and there. Nothing too major or nothing like that.
Mine did. When I met him, I was a makeup artist. I was working for Mac and a few other companies, and he didn't understand that I don't like a full face of makeup, but because I was an artist, the job required all the way down the lashes. It required everything because you had to sell everything. And he was like, "Oh, why do you wear all of that makeup?" And I'm like, "Isn't it horrible?" Like right now, all I have was a little bit of eyebrow gloss and a little liner. That's pretty much it. But then, while I was working like that, and then subsequent to that, working in that field for as long as I did, I couldn't stand it. I could not wait to be bare skinned. And those are the times he loved me. I was going to work. He was going to see that. But he didn't understand that until we had a conversation one night eating. We went out to dinner on like maybe our third date. And he asked me, he said, "Do you like wearing all that makeup?" And I was like, "No, I absolutely hate it." He's like, "Because your skin is so nice." We were out that night and I didn't have on all that makeup because I wasn't at work. But there's the conversation that I think Hemp was talking about earlier, is having that conversation and how to broach the topic. And I think, to be very honest, outside of this community, I think, to be very honest, I think once you know how to broach the conversation with the person that you're dealing with, you can sort of navigate how to say what you want and keep that person's esteem intact and your relationship, building. Does that make sense? I think you can do that.
Absolutely.
So are we in agreement that he's not a hypocrite?
Were we considering him a hypocrite if that was the case?
Well, that's all. That's the premise, like overall.
Yeah, well,
but you're talking about preference.
he was being
versus-
honest. He
That's a
wasn't. Yeah, it's a preference.
I don't
No.
think he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, what
I
we're
don't see
saying
him
is
as a
the
hypocrite.
gentleman who will approach and then tell the lady what he prefers and likes, etc. But he still approached her. But now he asked her to change, i.e., backless shirts or less makeup. Is he a hypocrite?
Not at all. Especially if he has genuine interest in her. That's just showing that, this is my standard. I would love for you to abide by it so that, we can be hand in hand in one. I think a man should have a standard. I'm not saying they all have to be the same or they all have to have lashes or deal with no makeup, but a man should have a standard when he is approaching you. And I think it's all about in that intent of him approaching you. Is he approaching you just to fuck? Because he don't give a fuck about your lashes if he is, or is he approaching you because he genuinely sees you as a partner? Then that's different. Now y'all about to shake some shit up.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, Tay.
If you're going from A all the way to Z in what you approach versus what you entertain like that, then yeah, I'd say that's hypocritical. But just those tweaks around the edges, I don't see a problem with that at all.
Yeah, you saying he want her to do a 180? That would be hypocritical.
Yeah, a whole 180, like.
In what way? Like, so what if he says, "Hey, beloved, here's my belief system. If you want to ride this ride forever, you gotta get with this." You a hypocrite?
I don't think so.
Hold on,
I don't
Doc.
think that's
Let's see.
hypocritical.
Hold on, let Callie mine out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look at her face. You see what she making on her face?
I'm sorry, Callie.
You don't distracted her now, Doc.
I apologize.
You don't mean it. Go ahead, Callie.
Well, I mean, yeah, because now you're trying to. That's a whole daggone 180. If she doesn't have a level of modesty, and now you're asking her to be, a whole 180 and be modest like that with a turtleneck on and all that shit. then yeah, I'd say he being a hypocrite. But if there is a level of modesty there, and all he's asking her to do is just tweak around the edges or whatever, not completely flip into something totally different, then no, I don't think that's being a hypocrite.
So if it's not
it's
extreme,
the 180 for me. Yeah,
yes, if it's not extreme, like if you take her right, if you like the dudes who be like telling the strippers, "Let me save you, you shouldn't be in here, you too pretty for that." You know what I'm saying? You try to take out the club and turn her into like a homemaker. Like, bro, you gotta chill, bro.
And poor, can't afford nothing.
And what I'm sitting here thinking about, and Dr. Felicia, you brought it up. You brought up TD Jakes. I'm thinking about all these men that are in the church that end up marrying worldly women, but you at the church with the women that don't have no makeup on, they do everything right, but the chick that you marry look just like the world.
What's the one that married Megan Good? Like, that's a perfect example.
Oh yeah, what is his name?
Devon Franklin. Devon.
And the other one too, the one that just married
the one in
Shawnee
Atlanta.
O'Neal. The one that just married Shawnee O'Neal. Like, why are you marrying these worldly women if you won't saints?
A preacher just married her.